Hey class, good afternoon. So today will be a recorded class, not a live class. I am not in the office today. So today's February 9th, 2022. As always, I'd like to show something that was created in Illustrator, and I just picked this lion. I think it's just fantastic how you can create such a beautiful with just lines. Just really neat. Okay, let's move on. So as always, I would like for us to be reminded that you can be an exemption superhero, meaning that if you take your IPC and your IBC, which is the test, the geometrics test that we're studying for, and all Illustrator is studying for, and you have an 80 in your class, then you can exempt your final. We'll have lots more information about that coming in the next few weeks. The actual IBC test will be sometime in late April. So we've got more information coming. All right, so today we are going to review some artboards. We're going to review a little bit of tracking and letting in a Kahoot, and I do have that practice Kahoot link for you, and I have it in the announcements, and I will also have it here on this PowerPoint. We'll review eyedropper just really quickly, just to kind of take a peek again at eyedropper and how that works. We are going to learn how to make some guidelines and learn why they're important to bleed, trim, and critical margin. After we do all of that, then we're going to jump into Office Depot. You can go into either or Office Depot or Vistaprint, and we're going to create a business card using some of their templates. It's not exactly what you all are going to be doing in a couple of weeks when we do the big business card assignment, but just kind of gets us in the mindset of what to do in a business card. All right, let's move on. So this is the review, and this link right here will be available for you in the announcements, or you can just copy it from here. So I should be able to, whoops, not click that. Wrong way. I think I put this in as a JPEG. That's why I'm not able to click this. So let me pause real quick. Well, I don't have to actually pause. Yes, I do. Let me pause and get the link live. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, here is the link. And you should be able to just click. I'll just put in my name. I'm going to put my dog's name in. Manny. Okay, so it allows you to play by yourself. You don't actually have to play with the big team. You can just go ahead and go in and practice. So it's got about 8 questions, and the very first one is, what is font? It is small. Okay, I'm not going to play the whole game for us. So let's, you have the link, and so please go ahead and practice as needed. Okay. All right, the next thing that I want us to do is I want to review just a little bit on Artboard and then jump right into eyedropper. So I do have my, if I can get down there, I do have my AI open. I have just a plain old letter open, and if you'll remember Artboards, you go to Window and you click on Artboards, and I already made an artboard. I made an artboard just by the fact that I opened up a document. So I can add new artboards by saying new, click, click. I can also duplicate those artboards. So if I had something on Artboard 3, let's put something on Artboard 3. There, I just put some Laurel Ipsum. I can also click and drag down to the little plus sign, and that duplicated, which is a little different than just making a new artboard. Okay, so I duplicated that artboard, not necessarily created. Oh, I don't know what my artboard window went. Let's just go back and find it. Okay, there it is. So it's a copy of it. It's not necessarily a brand new one. A brand new one would have nothing on it. A copy will be a copy of the one that you copied. Remember we talked about rearranging those, and you can put them in the different rows or columns. Okay, this will do it by columns. I'm sorry, by rows, and this will do it by columns. So let's do it by columns. Sorry, rows. And you'll see that we have now two rows. Actually would have been identical if I had done it with 2 columns because there's only 4. But that is that. And then remember, you can get to your artboard options by clicking on the three lines and opening your artboard options. With artboard options, we could pick landscape or portrait. We can show center marks. There's a few things that you can do in your options. Really, I just wanted you to be able to name it and create them. Okay. All right, that's a quick review on Artboard. And so I do believe I have, and if not, I can open it very quickly. I'm going to open my dragon color by number. Yep, I do want to replace it. So here is my dragon by number. And if you'll recall, we did our, I can make this a little bigger since I'm in, oops. Oh, okay. It's a little GIF that I created. And so you're clicking on, oops, let me do it again. So you're clicking on the eyedropper tool, you're picking up the color, and then holding your Alt key, and then clicking to drop the color. And I do that over and over and over again. But let me go ahead and get the actual AI window open and make it just a wee bigger. All right, there we go. And I'm pressing Control plus to get the dragon to be just a bit bigger. I'm pressing the space bar to get the little hand. And when I click or press down on your button, you should get, okay, space. I'm trying to get the, okay, there it is. Okay, so I wanted the little fist, and the little fist allows you to move your artboard. So I'm going to go minus, Control minus, just to be able to see everything. Then we picked up our eyedropper tool, and just like in the GIF, I'm going to pick up the color 5, just because that's the one. And if you see right there for that one split second, it looks like it's being sucked up into the eyedropper. Let me do it again. You see that it turns black? I'm just holding it down. And it's sucking it up. It's basically loading your eyedropper. Then I let go, and I come over here. I hold my Alt key down, and then hold it down. Do not let go. And then I click again, and it colors that number. Okay, so I can continuously hold my Alt key down, and then I can just move it with my mouse or my trackpad and find all the 5s and just continuously color. Okay, that's how you do your eyedropper tool. All right, let's go back over to our PowerPoint. Okay, so we reviewed artboards and our eyedropper. Hopefully you did your Kahoot quiz and reviewed your letting and your tracking. And now I want to learn something new. So we are going to just learn the quick little skill called guidelines. So it wants us to open an Illustrator file and create a new file. We can do that. We're going to click on the View tab. So up at the top, we're going to look for the View tab, which is right there. And then we're going to about 2/3 of the way down, we're going to find Ruler. And we're going to hover over that so that the other little menu pops out, and then you'll find where it says Show Ruler. You can also press Control R. Let's go do that. Okay, so we're going to get a new file. So new, letter is fine, create, and we are going to find our ruler. So we're going to view, about 2/3 of the way down, we see rulers. We're going to show our rulers. You'll see that now you have these rulers on the horizontal and the vertical. So the X and the Y axis now have rulers. To be able to, I'm just going to shift this over just a little bit, and I'm going to go back over here. And the next thing that it wants us to do is to, oh, it wants to teach us how to add them. Oh, I'm sorry. To step 3, we're going to click on the ruler and drag it down, and then a guideline will appear. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't. Oh, I think I can do Alt Tab and go. So I'm going to click anywhere along that ruler and hold your mouse key down or the button down, and then dragging, and you can see all those little dotted lines. That is where the guideline will appear. Okay, in a vertical one, same process. You click and you drag, and you have another guideline. Okay, then the next thing it would like for us to do is to go to the Edit tab under Preferences, is just way at the bottom, and then click on Guides and Grid, and then we can select a new color for our guidelines. Okay, so we will go to Edit, all the way down to Preferences, come on over and click on Guides and Grid, and then let's change it from blue to red. Clicking OK, and our guidelines are now red. Well, at least that one is. So if we pull up another one that should be red, oh, they're all red now. Okay. Actually, that one's still blue, isn't it? No, it's red. It's blue and red. Okay, it's red. I guess it just turns blue because it's selected, maybe? Okay. All right. Why did we have to learn about guidelines? Well, we learned about guidelines because we're going to be needing them to use our bleed. What is bleed, you ask? Well, bleed is the part of your design that you want to leave so that you have, it protects it. What am I talking about? Okay, let's pretend that this is your business card. Okay, so you have your business card right here, and in the corner you have your beautiful logo that you worked on, and you put it up here, and you kind of you need a little bit more space because you think it looks better just a little bit bigger. So you go ahead and get into this white space. You still have this space, so you put it in here. But then when the trimmer comes along and you trim that, part of your logo is going to be cut out. That's not what you want. You want to stay in the safe zone. Well, let's flip it the other way. Say that your logo is perfect. It's in here. It's within the safe zone. You've got your design all the way to that blue edge, and it just looks gorgeous. Well, then you come along and the trimmer trims, but he's very sloppy. He, she, they are a very sloppy trimmer, and they leave some white. So then your logo, which doesn't have any white, has this white outline, and they were crooked, by the way. And so you have this wavy white line, and the trim is just awful. And you can see that. So printing recommends that you not only take your design and your logo, but you go ahead and take your background and you take it all the way out to the bleed area, just to give yourself enough of a buffer so that when this trims, it doesn't matter. It gets trimmed, and even if it is a little bit wavy or crooked, it's really going to be part of the design and you won't be able to see it. Okay, so let's move on and let's try and do this trim now, or this bleed. So it has us opening an Illustrator document and creating a new document, and then in the bleeds section, so it's right over here in that same panel that opens, if we're using inches, commonly, so standard protocol or the industry standard is to use 0.125 inches. If you're using millimeters, the standard industry, or the industry standard, is 0.3 millimeters. So let's go and try that. Okay, so we have that open. And you know what? I do want to get rid of some of these guidelines, so I'm going to grab it, take it back up to the ruler, and it disappears. So again, take it back up to the ruler and it disappears. That's how you basically delete those. You just take them back up and they go away. Oops. There they go. Okay. So I'm trying to there it is. Okay. So now we've opened up a new document, and I want to see the bleed. As you can see, I already did this one, but that's not what I needed. I needed this other panel. So I'm going to open this panel, and here's the bleed. And you can see that I've already kind of messed with this. And so I want to change that to 0.125, and I want to make sure that's in inches, okay? And the next thing that, so it told us to do it into 1.25 actually. This is what it's telling us now.